Did anything surprise you in your observations? How so? Whenever I personally go ahead and view observations, whether they're online or in person, I try to have flexibility on what I'm looking for, as well as an open mind. So, one thing that is the same that I do in all observations is I look for the comfort in the classroom. I look for what are the things that make the students want to come and learn. And what I saw across the board from my observations were posters that students can look at if they need an extra hand or some help answering some questions that are relevant to the lesson. So, both in the ninth grade and the third grade ELA classrooms, I definitely saw relevance into the posters that the teachers put around the classroom. Another thing that I was actually kind of surprised was that in the ninth grade ELA room, the teacher wrote in complete chalk in general. She had a chalkboard, and at one point, a student had to get up and read the board, and it made me giggle a little just because we've come such a long way from chalkboards to the projectors that are in the middle of the classroom that you can write on and erase, and the students can follow along with you, to whiteboards, to markers, to smart boards that could really stop children from having to get up in the middle of a lesson, which could interrupt the flow of what you're trying to give to the students, the education that you're trying to give to the kids. And it stops that in place because you can make things bigger, things look less smudged. But that was really surprising. It was a good TBT on that one, Throwback Thursday. And I think that's really it. What I loved in both the ninth grade and the third grade ELA rooms was that you could see that the teachers knew their students. So in the ninth grade high school classroom, even though the student had to physically get up and read the board, it didn't look like it knocked the teacher off her feet, like it made her lose her balance with delivering her lesson. It appeared that she knew that something like this could happen, and she was ready to just keep it going, and that was evident when the teacher went ahead and said, walk and talk. Answer my question and walk back to your desk, and that was kind of speeding up the moment. Also in the third grade classroom, she pushed the learning. So these are children, but what I did notice is that we're still teaching the same ideas in high school. Main idea can be very similar to thematic idea. The difference is that it's different wording. But a lot of these students surprisingly answer the way my freshman students answer. And I don't know if that's a hit at my and my co-teachers' teaching skills or education itself and the lack of growth throughout their years. But the third grade teacher did push the learning and say, well, I need some more words. Who can help me out with more words that can define main idea? She also gave differentiation when she asked for answers from the students. So rather than only writing words, she allows them to draw out their answers, and she's walking around the classroom making sure that everyone is working and stepping in when she sees like immediate help, that one child is just not getting it, and she'll ask, rather than saying that's wrong, this teacher will go ahead and push learning. She will provide questions that get that student on the same level as everyone else. So those are my surprising views of those observations.